you're actually 18 plus and you don't know how to wash a dish. What? Who raised you? Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you are new, then I did a poll on my Instagram to see which video I should post first. It was either this video or one about money. Money one I'll be making next week, so stay tuned for that. This video is going to be staying at home versus in uni accommodation, and apologies, we got a few friends today. I look like I come fresh out of the sugar babes, but you know. This light is making me sweat. As most people know, I'm studying at King's College London, and I already lived in London before, so I'm still at home. I commute on the train and my journey is like 25 minutes to half an hour on a good day. Normally longer if I'm traveling in rush hour, but you know, we move. I'm just gonna basically do like one versus the other, and then you can make your decision. This is probably going to be helpful for people who live near or in London and want to go to a London uni and aren't sure where to stay, or just for people who aren't sure whether they want to stay near where they live or to go across the country. So the first thing I think people say more about uni accommodation is that it's easier to interact with people. Like, you're a lot more social, there's a lot more opportunities to, you know, meet new people, to spend more time with those people, whereas when you're at home you're only spending your time in uni or when you go out, and then when you come back home you're just going home. Normally it's like going to sixth form, which I do agree with, I won't lie, it's kind of like going to sixth form, but it doesn't inhibit your ability to make friends. It really doesn't, and I've mentioned this so many times in so many of my videos. It will not inhibit your ability to make friends at all, so you don't have to worry about that. So because of that, in a way, that is one thing that I do wish I had, like being able to be with my friends or the people that I lived with like all the time. But I mean, I'm saving money, so I don't really care. I feel like location is a really big factor as well. So like for me, I felt like staying in London, staying at home was the best thing for me because the hospitals near me are really good. So I was like, yeah, I really want to do my placement in those hospitals. So for me, I felt like it was easier to be in London and stay at home because the hospitals are just better, and regardless, I wanted to come back to uni once to London once I graduate, so I just thought it'd be easier to train in a London hospital and then get a job in a London hospital. Because I know some unis that I looked at that were like way out in like the countryside, you have to travel far for your placements. Like, you'll be staying in one place and then you'll have to get another accommodation to be near where you're on placement, and I don't got time for that. So that is a big factor as well if you're looking to do nursing. If you're not looking to do nursing, then it's not that deep because you're just staying on campus. But if you are, then do your research because that is a big factor. Another big thing that made me really happy that I did not move out is people are dirty. Like, people are dirty. I don't think people understand this. Like, I've been into uni accommodation where I'm like, there's dirty plates everywhere, there's food on the table, it's just dirty, and people are loud, people are so noisy. I like to sleep. I like to go out, but I like to sleep. And if people are disturbing my sleep, we're not gonna get on. Period. I feel like if you're one of those people that doesn't like to be disturbed, you might struggle in uni accommodation, but if you are a party animal, then go for it. I'm turning into my t-shirt, I'm so hot, oh my god. You might get lucky and you might be with some really clean people who are on the same page as you, but then you might get unlucky and just have these dirty people that expect you to clean up for them. And I'm a bit of a clean freak, so like, I will clean up everything, but I'm not cleaning up your mess, because like, you're a big person, you're actually 18 plus and you don't know how to wash a dish. What? Who raised you? I'm very thankful for the cleanliness of my home because I couldn't deal with sharing a kitchen with like 7, 8, 9 people. Like, staying at home is cheaper. I mean, that's a given, especially if you're one of those people where when you're applying for student finance, because you get means tested. So if with the maintenance loan, you have your maintenance loan and your tuition loan. The tuition loan is just the £9,250. The maintenance loan is the money they give you to maintain your, like, to live basically. So if you want to get more, so if you're paying rent, you apply and it's means tested based on like how much you earn, how much your parents earn, etc, etc. If you're one of those people that ends up being in the middle where you get a decent amount but it's not enough to pay your rent, then you're going to be screwed, because you're not going to have any money left. After you've paid your rent, what do you have? You're going to have to get a job. You're going to have to just be working to get your money, because your rent is too high, especially if you're in London. Rent prices are just offensive. Like, when I was considering moving out, that rent just made me open my eyes a little bit, you know. If you are within a commute distance of your uni, don't move out. There's no point, because even though transport is expensive, it is nowhere near as expensive as paying thousands of pounds a term to stay in one little room. Like, those uni rooms are smaller than my bedroom. What's the point when I can just stay in my room? And then you don't have to pay food shopping as well if you stay at home, unless you're contributing to your parents. But like, you don't have to shop for yourself. You don't have to think about all these different things and buying all your utensils, all your stuff that you need to move in with. Like, you've already got it at home. So also it's quite smart because it means that you have less debt. So with me, as I was saying before with the maintenance loan thing, so I keep getting notifications. With the maintenance loan thing, you can either settle for like the minimum, like, standard number, so you don't have to give in all your financial details, or you can apply to be means tested. So for me, I just did the baseline because I have no rent to pay, so there's no point. So I'm living my best life. Even though it's not that much money, it's my money. Like, I can spend it on whatever I want, like transport, going out, holidays. So I don't really care, and then I can earn money on top of it. Going on to like transport, yes, TfL is very expensive. Commuting is expensive, but as I said, it's nowhere near as expensive as paying rent. So it's kind of not that deep. So it's kind of worth paying the money to get a train or a bus if you're saving thousands and thousands of pounds a year by staying at home. If you are at a campus uni or wherever you are, you'll be paying rent, and you might even have to pay to get the train or the bus or the tube to the actual campus if you're staying further away. So that's just extra money. So it's like, why would you, if you don't need to, why would you want to spend more money? Do you know what I mean? And I'm not trying to put people off staying in uni accommodation, because if you want that experience and you are in a uni where you need to have that, then it's cool. Or if you want to move far away. But if you're staying close, there's just no point really. Another thing that a lot of people talk about is independence and like parental restrictions. I feel like this type of pro-con thing depends on your own family situation, because if you have parents that don't let you do anything, or if you're that type of person that's like, you want to use uni as an excuse to escape from your life. If you're one of those people that wants to move mad in uni, then move out by all means, because that will give you the freedom. But I don't really have restrictions. Like, I'm a sensible person, so I kind of just live my life as it is, really, with respect to my parents. So if you're that type of person that wants your own space, then go for it. But I feel like if you have that, like, a good relationship with your parents, you don't need to spend that extra money to move out, and you can still do the things that you want to do whilst you're under your parents' roof, then it's fine. I still feel really independent even though I'm staying here. I still have responsibilities, so I guess, yeah, it can be annoying. Sometimes you kind of just want your own space, but at the same time, I'm just thinking about the future and how much money that I'm saving and how much less debt I'm going to be in, even though I'm still going to be in a lot of debt. But if you move into uni accommodation, I feel like some people can feel like it's quite isolating, because you're moving into a place you don't know anyone, and all of a sudden you've got to live with these people. So I feel like for people who are very kind of awkward in social situations, quite anxious people, or if you're just shy and you're not very social, or like it takes a while for you to kind of come out of your shell, then it might be quite daunting. But you should always put yourself, you know, out of your comfort zone, do something. different, because if it's what you really want to do, then do it. Just forget about all the fears, because everyone's in the same position. You're all going to end up talking to each other. You might like people, you might not like them. You might not like them, but that's fine. You will find people that you like. So don't let fear of being isolated stop you from moving out if that's what you want to do. But then on the other hand, if you do stay at home, it can be quite isolating too, because if all your friends move away, then you're kind of forced to rely on new friends, which is the exact same situation. But then at the same time, if you do still have people that live in your area, then it's quite nice to have that familiarity if you're starting like a fresh first year. Then if it takes a while to kind of make friends, you still got those people at home. So that's another thing. Even if you don't have your friends around, you'll still be living with your family or whoever you live with. So you'll have that familiarity of those people to go home to. If they're people you can chat to, if you've got any problems, then you have that familiarity already. So that will make the transition from school to uni or work to uni even more natural and more comfortable as well, because you've got those people there to support you. But yeah, that is it for this video. If you have any more questions about my experience or about more kind of pros and cons and things like that, then feel free to message me. If not, I hope the video was useful. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe and all that jazz, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.